I'm an art guy. It's no secret I'm an art guy. I enjoy dabbling. I dabble. I doodle occasionally. Why do my lips look so shiny? It's like a plump, like little tuffet, shiny tuffet on my face. Why are my lips so shiny? Shiny lipped nibs here. Ignore the shiny lips. Everyone ignore the shiny lips. I can't fix it. I tried. I just tried sanding them down. It didn't work. They're still shiny. My favorite personal type of art is medieval art. I wanted to share some of my favorites with you today, and then I wanted to create our own medieval abomination to God. I'm going to shave the top of my head like a Northumbrian monk, and I will make my own medieval art. The first part was a lie. The second part is true. So I want to show you some of my favorite medieval art that I've carefully curated, starting off with a bold one. This is the boldest one in my personal collection. It is a rabbit riding an old man stuffed inside a snail shell. You may be questioning why. Why is this a piece of art that was created in medieval times? To which I would just have to respond to you, I don't know. Moving on quickly here. This is, I don't know what that is actually. He's got two lazy eyes. I don't know if his mouth is open or shut. I don't even know what this is. It's like, I like that the monks used to draw a lot from imagination, you know? Because this definitely wasn't something that was just hopping around an English countryside 1,000 years ago. Unless it was made entirely of cartilage and it would leave no remains when it died. Well, there's a theory. Here we have a holy scholar of a dog, you know, golden wizard hat reading scripture, and he has only human molars in his mouth, which is scary. I added this one because it's literally just the Pokemon Oddish. Disclaimer here for this video, I didn't fact check any of these, okay? Most journalists are afraid to say that. I'm not afraid to say that. I am putting things in front of you, and I am passing them off as fact and truth. I have no idea, man. I didn't fact check any of it. I'm saying it's medieval art because I found it in a Pinterest post that said medieval art, and I laughed at it, and I said, save. I don't remember adding this one to the collection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 6 fingers. This guy's got 6 fingers shooting an arrow coming off of a P. Subliminal messaging? Maybe. Right up the poop chute of the merman. And he loves it. He's giggling. He's cackling hysterically when the demon, you know, tickles his tushy with feathers. That entire section needs to be bleeped out. Oh, here's the extended cut. See, this is very interesting because you would think that both the rabbits would be on a team, but this implies that something historically separated the rabbit faction into riders and ridden, tops and bottoms, if you will. Scholars argue the validity of this one specific piece because I noticed that this trumpet looks blurry. I'm going right into the fine details. I can't just put this in front of your face and be like, and here's why it could be forged. Why would anyone forge this? Good question. I don't know. You'll see why that this is speculated to possibly be a forgery later, because I have another version of this one. Moving on to the snail wars. The snail is shouting "Timafun," which is a classic line that the snails shout before they spit a lifesaver into the mouth of a sentient shield. It's a pretty intimate scene, pretty sexy. Yeah, this one, I don't even know where to start. Like, I don't have commentary for most of these. Also, I can't help but notice the family portrait on the back of this piece of parchment. I feel like maybe the monk was just slacking off drawing weird fan art of his professor, and then he came over and he was like, oh, what do we... Steven? You're gonna get filleted for this. You know that, right? Another old man just skin graft onto the back of just a random thing, just closing their eyes, you know, pointing out the window. They found a bird. They're like, okay, you mind if I draw your face graft to the butt of that bird? And the other monk was like, yeah, but only if I get to draw your face coming out of my ass. You know, 2 cats during the middle of a home invasion in the middle of the night. You can tell it's the nighttime because of the night sky with the 17 moons. Obviously, these cats were sleeping in the night and they heard a bump in the night. They got up, they grabbed the smallest cat of the household, used him as a gun to protect their eggs. That's the story. It's not up for debate. We can prove that this story is true. That is fact-checked. Good little ending here on this piece of parchment. It's a nice way to end a story. You know, Little Red Riding Hood sitting in a bird's nest just laying eggs. Looks proud of this one particular egg. Yeah, I don't know what this one is. I threw it in here to get opinions. This is yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't even know where to start on this. It looks like it could be another pair of legs with the butt taken off, playing a flute. There's a stork head there. I don't know if that represents like childbirth. I don't know why it would represent childbirth. It's wearing like thigh highs too. Just why is the pair of floating legs wearing thigh highs? Monk? Care to explain, buddy? Because that's hell. That's a hell sentence. Here we have a medieval peasant beating a bird to death with his hand while is he riding a broom? Maybe this is a witch. Maybe it's a witch. It's got a face only a mother could love, and even then, I'd call it impressive. Yeah, common medieval activity. Peasants beating birds to death with their hands. When you don't have a stick, your hands will do the job. That's a quote. Quote me on that. Here we just have a common dog smelling his fat nuts, just getting a whiff. Just taking a nice whiff. Just taking a nice whiff of those fat nuts. When you're blessed like that, you whiff them. Here's the other one. This is what I was talking about. This one looks more real to me. I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Give opinions. Art scholars, what do you think? Here's another historical account of the snail wars. Now, if we were like just basing this like this could be historical, right? I never hear anything about snail wars. But to me, this would imply that there were humans fighting snails on battlefields back then. Surely there would be like evidence of this, like a skeleton laying next to a snail shell. And I don't think they found that. So I don't know. I was just saying like we can't rule out that there were giant aggressive snails terrorizing villages in medieval times. You know, we can't rule that out. Call me crazy. I'm just telling you what I see historically from a historian point of view. Here we have what looks to be either a baby or a very small bald man. Tough to tell back then. Trying to behead a demon. Isn't that Charlie from Charlie and the Purple Crayon? Or Harry in the Purple Crayon? Lenny in the Purple Crayon? I know it was a purple crayon. What was that kid's name? Henry? Henry in the Purple Crayon? I think that's him, actually. This is his origin story. He used to behead demons that would visit him at night. Typical, classic, axe-wielding rabbit. Very common back then. They would usually finish off any survivors on the battlefields from the snail wars. These rabbits with axes would just come through and just chop any twitching bodies. This is a fish that I assume someone who has never seen a fish has drawn. Yeah, another snail demon. This one is the scout that crawls in the windows at night and sucks your toes before taking your feet off. His moobs are squeezing over the top. Horrifying to see. It looks like there's a giant 10-foot spider behind him too. Don't like medieval times as much now. It seems less cool. Here's a guy begging for a peanut for his peanut-shaped mouth. Me when I don't get a peanut for my peanut-shaped mouth. You can just slide one in there perfectly just on its side. Like a pretty good-sized peanut just... That's what I would do to this guy. If he asked me for a peanut, I would give him one, but I'd want to put it in. I'd want to be like, I bet it's a perfect fit. I bet it just fills up the sides perfectly. It just, God, that sounds so good. Angry egg guy. This is most likely someone that was confronted by a witch. And then a monkey doing a pistol squat. It's time for phase 2, boys, where I create my own medieval art abomination to God. Stick around, like the video if you haven't liked it already, and subscribe if you're new, because if you don't subscribe right now, we will just simply cease to exist. You will never see another one of my videos. Love me or hate me, I spit straight facts. So we're gonna draw, I've just gotta think of like what it could be though. Like, what are we going to draw? Garfield. Could draw Garfield. Again, I feel like every video is like cursed by Garfield though. The Simpsons. We could draw the Simpsons in like a medieval art style and then try to trick people that like because they always say the Simpsons always tell the future. We could try to trick people into that a medieval monk drew the Simpson family 1,000 years ago. Okay, I like that. Let's draw the Simpsons in a medieval art style. I'm dying. Help me. Oh God, I'm wet now. I mean, the water made me wet. Oh God. I mean, the water dripped on me. Thus, I am wet. Okay. I'm not wet. I am wet. Oh God. I don't know how to spin this until it's like okay to come out of my mouth. Okay, so we have this cool parchment texture that I put together, and we have this runny inker, which I think looks good. So we're gonna start with Homer. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on this. I don't need it to be perfect. I need it to be something that could pass as medieval art. And no, I don't want to use a reference because I feel like whoever was drawing these things in medieval time never used a reference. I mean, did you see what their fish was? It was, yeah, I saw a fish once. Let me try to draw that. So I'm gonna draw the Simpson family role-playing as a monk who has watched The Simpsons once. And they kind of just like give up on the ears. Like, look at this. Like, what is that in the ear? It's a line that looks like this. And this isn't even an ear. That's like an eyeball. Or a marble. It's just kind of coming together. It's all kind of coming together now. They would definitely draw this big muzzle thing that he has. He kind of looks like a chimp with the ears, but it's okay. Gotta add wrinkles. They always added wrinkles to everything. Yeah, that's good. That's Homer Simpson if he had like Tic Tacs for teeth. So here's Homer Simpson if he was waiting outside the window at a Northumbrian monk temple. I feel like he should also be coming out of a clamshell. Not a clamshell, a snail shell. He should be coming out of I can't talk, man. I should just give up. I like it coming from the side like that. That's fine. We're gonna roll with this for the snail shell. It's not perfect, and I think that's why I like it. And then we have to draw Marge. I don't remember what Marge looks like. Oh, why am I calling her Marge? In my head, it was like Marge, but her name's Marge. We have to draw Marge. Marge will be that kind of looks like Marge already. Marge should be a side profile. Yeah, that's Marge, and she's looking right at the camera. This feels horrible. This feels so bad to draw. This feels like I'm depleting all the time that I put in to develop any sort of drawing skill is being thrown out the window, pooped on by a dog, and then lit on fire. Okay, that's Marge. Man, I'm sorry. Oh, it keeps getting worse. Keeps getting worse. Why is her neck like that? Doesn't make any sense. Oh, what am I doing? She has big pearls. It's a brief freak out until I remember that she had pearls. Or maybe she's riding Homer. Okay, let's do that. She's gonna be riding Homer. We're referencing this. Oh, she has a shield. The shield should be Bart. Is that Bart? Can we just draw Marge's hand like this, like the wrong way? What if we give her 6 fingers? So here we have a beautiful nuclear family, the Simp of Sons. And then her hands can just, yeah, it can attach there. Here's the Simpsons. We need Lisa. Lisa can just be like this weird abstract figure in the sky shaped like a star. Maggie can be a little one next to her because they both have that star head, don't they? That's Lisa and Maggie. This would be a dope t-shirt. I gotta make this into a shirt. We have to draw Lisa, but we have to draw her very feminine. Now, what's more feminine than a bunch of eyelashes? And then the lips are very feminine too. Yes, that is Lisa in the sky. And then Maggie's just that thing. Okay, sure, yeah. All right, how's it coming? What is Marge gonna be holding though? She has Bart, the shield in one hand, and she has the guidance of Lisa the star guiding her towards salvation. Or no, she should be holding a donut. Yeah, she's feeding her husband because she loves her husband. He's going, Marge. Okay, is this pretty much done? Is this good? This is good enough, right? This is the Simpson family. Now I have to color it. Okay, so quick FAQs. Are they healthy? Yes, they are the healthiest family. Are all the family members in there? Yes, as far as I know. We have Maggie, Lisa, Bart. I'm like... yeah, my goal is to have this hung up in a museum alongside other medieval works of art. Sorry, drawing makes me sleepy. I don't know why I was like, yeah, let me do this for content on YouTube where I have to be like, yeah, what is up, guys? Welcome back to YouTube. When I'm like, I just want to sleep. All right, how's it looking? How's it coming so far? We got some base colors down. I think it could be passable as medievally. I think people would definitely get the vibe, you know what I mean? Homer actually killed Flanders. He ate Flanders. He snuck up to him in his snail shell, and Flanders thought it was a snail, and he went to turn it over, and Homer devoured him and pulled him inside his snail shell. So Ned Flanders resides somewhere in this area. Barack. Why did I call Bart Barack? Why was I thinking about Obama? That was weird. Bart, he always says cowabunga. This is the only word that he can say. Cowabunga, cowabunga. That's what he sounds like, actually. He goes, cowabunga, cowabunga. This is called Homer, Son of Simp. That's what the art piece is titled. And Marge actually has to keep feeding Homer, Son of Simp, these donut rings in order to keep him satiated and not eat the entire family, and instead eat all of their enemies. They're going for world domination, and the monks are afraid of them. The monks are in their monasteries shaking every day because they see this outside their window. Yeah, no, it's true. It's historical fact. I'm just telling you what happened. You can take it or you can leave it. I'm just sharing history with you. I don't care if you believe me. I know I'm right.
Ocean man taken by the handman into the sand. Surf of sand, ocean man.
I imagine Homer would have blue eyes. And then Marge has, if you remember the Simpson movie where Marge was about to divorce Homer, I think she did divorce Homer in Alaska. Sorry for the spoilers. Marge had hazel eyes. Or maybe that wasn't in the movie. Maybe that was an episode, but she was like, Hazel, homie, I had hazel. It was like some poem that he wrote her. You know what I mean? You probably don't know what I'm talking about, and I sound like a crazy person. I'm sorry. I don't mean to scare everybody. Brock can have red eyes because of cowabunga. Lisa does not play the saxophone because I don't think the saxophone was around back then. Lisa plays with mortal souls. Every day, the monks go out at night to gather their little monk garden ingredients, and they see her in the sky, and they burst into tears on sight. It wasn't a good time. Now, the medieval period was not good. It was not fun. You didn't want to look out into the sky and see this. And then that meant that this is coming, riding on the back of this with a donut in hands. And you can't even penetrate this because it just keeps going cowabunga, cowabunga. You can't win. There's no winning. You just have to give up. Luckily, they don't exist anymore. Or they went into hiding. Only the greatest Homer impression can summon them again. Okay, so here we go. Could that be found on a Pinterest site? I need to finish rendering like the parchment to make the parchment look better. This is my piece of art called Homer Son of Simp. The resolution is incredibly low. So yeah, killed Flanders, ate him, stuffed him in the snail shell. What else? Krusty the Clown doesn't exist because Marge just impaled Krusty the Clown. These are the Simpsons if they were from England, because it's in like medieval times, which would be Europe. So they're from Springfield, England, and they're different than our Simpsons, and they're more violent, and they love meat pies. Yeah, I guess that's it. I don't know. Pray for yourself.